And we are off for round two. Our opponent is Flea08, whom I look forward to playing with. Um, Looks like Flea has decked out non-white bordered lands. What a loser. The way to go is white bordered. Everybody knows it. We will be discarding what here? Probably a swamp. Swamps suck. They're only good with, like, assassin-y creatures. Oh, cool. Well, sometimes you win, and sometimes you lose. Uh, so there's that. That's cool. Um, I should probably get started with the next one of these emails that I've received. It says, okay, hang on. I really need that shuffler demon to help my game, but it no longer seems to work. Was that an April Fool's joke? And this is signed Marrow. Under it says, P.S. Please keep this exchange private. Okay, well, I guess I didn't do that, but that's fine. Don't worry about it. The Shuffler Demon was, in fact, it really was an April Fool's joke. It does work, but there's no way we would release the real version of the Shuffler Demon to the general public. So if you feel like you've been losing to bad draws lately, it's probably just because Chris and myself and the rest of the Mtgo Academy team are using it privately. But no, it would be foolish for us to have really released that to the public. It was an April Fool's joke. Let's see here. We have 2 mountains out, and our opponent is beating us down with something that prevents us from casting more than 1 spell a turn, occasionally relevant. This is a flying dude with a relevant ability. That's cool. I kind of don't want to play a guy here. I kind of want to make a sorcery. Basically, I'm just addicted to making sorceries. This is like the best form of gambling I could possibly imagine. Landslide. No thanks. Don't want to lose any mountains. That just makes him discard, and this deals 1 damage. No, 2. Yeah, we're gonna kill Kurtar here. That's fine. I'd rather do that than make him discard a card. Because that guy is a flyer. It would suck to be made out of metal like this. To be like from the movie AI with Haley Joel Osment. Oh man, it's like Lieutenant Kurtar again, but badly photoshopped onto a pastel background. Invasion block art. What is this, plane shift? I think this card's plane shift. Let's see. You bet it's plane shift. Okay. So we almost got punished for not playing another type of land there, but I don't care. Let's make a dude here. We need to get back in this game. I don't think we're going to need another planes. First strike. Power equal to the number of creatures you control, huh? That's pretty bad right now. He's like a tornado. So are these zombies, or is he made of these guys? Are these the creatures that make his power bigger? Or are those the creatures he's zapping because he's got first strike? I don't know. Maybe open to interpretation. Henge Guardian here, though. This can gain trample until end of turn. That card seems mediocre at best for 5. I'm going to be Jehoiring first. Because that's just the way I like to play it. Let's make this planes go away. Alright. Okay. That might actually be good. Or I could draw 3 cards. Or I could bounce a guy. So I could kill something, in other words. Or I could draw 3 cards, which is actually tempting. Or I could make him sack 3 permanents. He'll probably, like, sack this and 2 lands. But I'm not sure that puts me necessarily in a great place. I think it does. Let's do that. I think that's more fun. Yeah, I'm paying 1. I'm doing it. I'm keeping this guy around. Classic card. Okay, yeah, he's popping Mr. I'm from the movie AI. That movie's creepy. This thing, Dragon Worm? What the hell? I don't understand the flavor behind Henge Guardian. Oh, it's from masks. That's why. Ooh, and we're gonna lose this guy, so this is tons better than bouncing something then. I am glad with the way that worked out. I would have been more frightened if he tried to race me, but I'm not sure if that's actually what I should have been frightened of. Gotta be careful when I'm humming, because, you know, if I'm actually on key, YouTube would pick it up, probably, and then I'd have to be subject to the resident's copyright claim. It's not horrible. Yeah, let's make a 5-drop. I'm feeling creaturely right now. Boop. Okay, so a 4-2. At least I can trade here. That's really all I care about. And it makes this guy a tiny bit bigger, which is fine. I love these guys that have less power than toughness and they can gain trample until end of turn. It's like they just added this. I don't know. It seems like it reflects this card-by-card design mentality, which is kind of cool. Take an extra turn, but skip the untap step. Ooh, Chris Cool or Luxer is calling me right now. Let's actually put him on right now. Hello, Chris? Hey, I'm actually recording content right now. Okay, well, if you want to play MoJo with me for Mtgo Academy, you're welcome to. Okay, well, sounds fun. I'll talk to you later. That was just Chris. If I were feeling like this was more serious than it was, I would not have taken that phone call. What is going to happen to me here? I'm going to take 2 and discard 2 cards at random. I'm definitely not going to have that happen. Pain's Reward. Okay, this is funny. Pain's Reward actually used to be bugged in such a way that if you were playing it in a multiplayer game, this was years ago, in a multiplayer game with more than 2 players, and one of them had died or conceded, it would actually, since it asked players to bid, it would just stall out in one of the players that had conceded, which I found to be comical. And recently, or not recently, back at that point, they actually fixed the bug, which was awesome. So now it's better. And I think it actually happened in the context of a Momir or a MoJo game years ago. Well, this guy's ability isn't too relevant, but that's fine. We'll get in here. Start taking back this game. We're just going to be flipping coins from now on, only he's at a higher life total. He's got more land versatility, I guess. And he's going to have 7. Alright, what do we have here? Oh my god, this guy. My favorite art. I guess it's supposed to be like a sperm whale. Probably not a blue whale. It doesn't quite look like a blue whale. Maybe it's a beluga. I don't think it's a beluga. I think they have more of a melon crest where it's like, whatever, it doesn't matter. This thing doesn't untap. What does this do, actually? Can't attack unless defending player controls an island, which I do not. Gets -1, -0 until end of turn, deals 1 damage to target attacking creature without flying. When you control no island, sacrifice it. And it doesn't untap. Untap it. You can, oh my god. I don't have an island, and I'm never going to make an island. But, ooh, cool. Thanks for popping up and spoiling my fun, you jerk. Yeah, I want sorceries. That doesn't do anything right now. That doesn't do anything. That leaves him with a Henge Guardian and all my dudes dead. So I don't think I want to do that, even though it kills Marion. Yeah, let's just leave it how it is. I will do that again, though, because gambling is fun. Detonate? No, thanks. Draw cards equal to the power of target creature you control. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. That's better than making a forest. Could have made a 1-drop there. That might have actually been a decent play. Because then this would have been a 3-power guy, and I would have had an additional blocker just in case. And look at that funny fish. Whoa, almost conceded there. This guy's got cool lands. This one's awesome. What's happening? Target creature gains Swamp Walk until end of turn? Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay. Well, that's friggin' brutal. So, I guess I lose both my dudes. This is like Wrath of God in this format. What a bomb. I bet what he's trying to figure out right now is what I would be figuring out, which is, if I give this Swamp Walk, can I win? Wait, what's he doing? I'm not going to pay any. Is this just for fun? Is he doing this to compete? Why wouldn't he kill both my guys? That's fine. I'm not joining forces. Huh. I would not have made that decision. That's not to say he's doing something horribly wrong. Does this kill non-basics? I don't really care about that. I guess if you make 0 cast, you can make Dryad Arbors, and then I could assassinate Dryad Arbors with Helldozer. It's always a possibility. Pretty unlikely possibility. Making an 8-drop, how do I feel about that? Let's make some sorceries. This is where the fun's at. Detain target creature, that's not horrible. That doesn't do anything, because it's Expel. What? Okay, we're just going to detain something. Okay, so that's not going to be attacking. Let's make a creature now. I can't make a... what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a 2-drop. Still going to have to... No, I won't be discarding a card. Okay, this isn't horrible. So we're going to attack him for 9. I might actually save Jehoira for instant speed stuff. To see if he does anything and try to interact with him. Arcbound Slith. It's pretty bad. Oh my god. Okay, so just deeming that irrelevant was not the right play. Let's try to make an instant that can do something about this horrible situation. That's not going to do it, probably, because it's an X spell. Oh. Okay. I deserve everything bad that happens to me in the world. I guess I should have detained this guy and attacked. What a bold misplay. Look at this guy. This guy looks like he's from the set of Alien. So we got an 8-drop coming out here? That'll be exciting. Whoa! Okay, 6/6 flying, huh? That's gonna be hard to deal with. What are my 9-drop options? I'm gonna make a 6-drop because they're oftentimes flying. And then I'm gonna cast a sorcery. Okay, well that's not extraordinary. Destroy 3 permanents? Seems good. Okay. I have no complaints there. What can I say? This isn't an extremely skill-intensive format, as I'm sure all of you know. Oh, card that doesn't do anything because it involves enchantments. I guess That doesn't do anything now. This does something. I guess enchantments could affect, what is that, luminant something? It's like there's a 5-drop 3/3 like Pegasus Horse. It's for like white 3 from Future Sight or whatever. That's a creature and an enchantment. I wish they had aura creatures besides Lycids. So you can make a land. That's probably bad for him. That's like a little bit better, I guess. I don't know. He might just put a land into play. Now this is going to be an 8/8, at least. 10, 13. So that would put him at 1. But I have like multiple chances to deal 1 damage to him by making instants. I would... He's probably trying to figure out if more cards is better than more turns. I think probably more cards is better, actually. Because, like, next turn he's just going to draw another card and get the same number of shots. But I guess he gets to untap all his lands. So it depends on how many spells he gets to cast and creatures he gets to make. Okay, I guess he did Retraced Image? Or none of them? Okay, well, here we go. He gets saved. Or he could do that. But that's okay. I probably would have done Planar Cleansing too. 10 drops are terrible, if I recall. So let's make a 7-drop. Let's get, like, Phage. That's always fun. I always like losing that way. Okay, I'll take it. This totally reminds me of the Phantom Menace. It's a bongo. We shall give you a bongo. Okay, what you got? Okay, that's pretty scary. Flying and Rampage. Rampage, one of the worst abilities. I'm gonna cast an instant here. And hopefully will allow me to bounce or kill a black creature. Okay, there you go. That's pretty unexciting, folks. Let's make, what's an 11-drop? I think Kozilek? This is flying. This is just going to kill me. Kozilek doesn't do me much good. Let's make some sorceries. I probably shouldn't have even played that land. There are like some red sorceries and green sorceries that kill flyers. And that's just going to bounce something and kill it. That's not going to do anything. Okay, cool. Vacuum Melt. Sweet. Let's get in there. Is this guy going to go all the way? We've got 8 mana. He's at 6. I want to make a 5-drop. Oh, man. No, I couldn't give him haste. That requires snow mana. However, I could have sacked a creature to make a snow mana and then given him haste. But I didn't have another dude except this, so that wouldn't have happened. This guy's got a cool ability. Remember, this guy exists. Sometime there will be a combo deck if there hasn't already been. Destroy all tap creatures, huh? That's probably what's going to happen here. Yep. $12 mana? What's 12 mana? Hang on. Blightsteel Colossus? That's kind of cool. Do you want to make a Blightsteel Colossus? Oh, no, let's go back into MoJo here. Should we make a Blightsteel this turn? Yeah, let's do it. This is fun. So, it means destruction effects aren't... Okay, whatever. That's fine, I guess. uh, its ability is never going to be relevant, but that's cool. It that betrays is cool art, even though it's cut off in the top in its token version. That's funny. It's a cool card, I guess. That does nothing. That does nothing. I think he loses here because of his bad luck. Yeah, he's only got... This is the last card. So I think this is GG from Flea08. I don't even know what game this is. Is this game 1? I think it is. Alright. Time to read the next email. So this one says... Hang on, I better figure out what's going on here first. No, we will not be mulliganing. This one says, hey, AJ hole. The J's in parentheses. Then it says, see what I did there? Thanks for not having my paper graded yet, even though I see you on Mtgo all the time. Signed, your student. Okay. So it looks like this fan mail hasn't been very good for me. Not very productive. Let's make a 1-drop. Oh, cool. That's... If he doesn't have an island, this is actually pretty stellar. And it's not that bad of a blocker. It actually is pretty good even if he does have an island, because who the hell wants to sit back and leave one of their lands untapped in Momir? Look at how lazy he is. I don't know how to say that word, though. Looks like some kind of Bantu dialect. All slivers are colorless, huh? Cool. Let's get in there. Show me what you got. Cool, we're gonna trade? That's fine. Does this say non-land? Hang on. Let's... I guess he decided that he loses because it searched that player's library for a card and exiles it. Well, what? Oh, he didn't concede. I don't know what this error message is, but whatever. So I can search my opponent's library for, like... Oh, he's just going to kill my guy with this thing that for a long time I thought was just a weirdly shaped candle, but it's actually supposed to be like a human shaped, like a humanoid with its torso and its head and its arms burned off. No, why didn't he... Does he realize he's going to lose because I'm just going to name basic lands and kill him? I don't think he realizes that, but this is one of the funnier things I've seen in Momir. Yeah, we'll play this. Why am I so excited about this? Yeah, we'll do this. Wait. Okay, never mind. This is terrible. Not sure what I'm doing here. Definitely don't want to kill him that way. Okay. For some reason I had it in my mind that it was like cranial extraction, where you could exile all of the cards with that name, but that's stupid of me. I should have known better than that. I actually like the art on this card too, because Rootwater Thief looks like it's friggin' terrifying. And that card is pretty good in this format. Alright, let's make a dude. Cool, when this becomes a targeted spell, bounce it. That's pretty horrible. I guess it blocks this for the time being? Until Threshold? I can't really complain then. This card looks awesome too. It doesn't look like an illusion though. It looks like a beast, maybe an aberration. Maybe a whale. Great whale. Is that the name of a card? Or is it giant whale? Great whale. It's creature whale. I think it used to be summon fish. So we have Calming Verse again. What are the odds of this? Extinction, and so he's going to name Illusion probably, and then, or maybe he'll force me to discard 3. That's pretty powerful. We've seen 3 tragedies come up before too. It's pretty weird. Art on this card is kind of awesome too. Yeah, so this could be a creature whale. So he's playing the long game here. No extinctions. Maybe he should target himself to give himself Threshold real fast. Yeah, he could have done that. Okay, let's make a 5-drop. 5-drops are usually pretty bad. Not always, though. This guy's okay. Yeah, let's get in there. Come on, let's start pecking at that life total. I don't care if he swings back. I want this guy to have free reign to swing in. This guy with his Boros loincloth. I wouldn't wear underwear like that, have to be honest. Okay, I can at least trade with that. Is this guy coming in? He should be, because he's not blocking. Okay, there we go. Okay, do we make a 6-drop? I think we do. 6-drops are pretty good. You could get like some Dragon Legends or something. But we got this thing. That's pretty horrible. That's like the pinnacle of bad cards in draft in that block. But it's expendable. So, that's not really a good thing. A thing being expendable is not in its favor. It growls not to threaten, but to summon. It's more like a Cambridge property of something to be expendable. Something's expendability, in this case, is like the board state is so bad that I don't care about it. What's happening? Blah! Blah! There's a flower right there. Some bones. Alright, what's going on? Something's happening. And this thing sucks. Okay. There are going to be some coins flipped. So hopefully he... Okay, so it's a 4-4. It still outclasses my Groff Scathur. What kind of language is this inspired by? Okay, it's time for some spells. I want to draw some cards. Let's make a sorcery. This will kill his dragon, which we'll probably do. This will kill something and deal 2 damage to the other thing, which might be better. And that will make him discard. I actually... Do I want to gain 3 life, or do I want to deal 2 to this and be more aggressive? I probably actually want to be more aggressive, so let's go... Boo! Boo! And then attack with these... both these gentlemen. Basically, it's the decision about whether I want to gain 3 life or deal 3 to him. I think I want to deal 3 to him because he's got major card advantage on me. I could have bogged down, but I was scared of that dragon eventually hitting Shivan Dragon Zone. Would have clicked into Shivan mode. Oh, God. That thing is huge. Okay. Do we make a 6-drop, or do we keep casting spells? I want to keep casting spells now. I think spells are just better than dudes a lot of the time. That's kind of cool. That's not very good in this format. And I guess that means I can get through for 5. Let's make 3 little bros. Cool. I'll take it. At least this blocks him forever with these perverse, Rembrandtish, Orlando Bloom elves that have exaggerated, I don't know, Pubase Montes. What is this? Draw cards. Each player sacrifices 2 dudes. He won't do that. Return a land to your hand. So draw a card. Draw 2 cards and lose 2, or wipe out his board. He's gonna probably pay 2 life and gain 2 cards. That's fine. What's he thinking about? He may cast. That's kind of cool. Look at the art on this thing. Can't even tell that's an elemental cat. It's totally designed like an Izzet color palette, but it doesn't have the precision that Izzet artistry has, or like the goofy steampunk stuff going on. Whoa, the new game zone's down here? I want to see that. Polymorph will just kill a guy. Let's see, Time Spiral is kind of funny, and Splinter doesn't do anything. So it's between Time Spiral and, I don't think it's an disadvantage to play Time Spiral. Because I think he's ahead in hand, and I'm ahead kind of on board. I don't know if I'm ahead on board. He's got 2 big guys. I think maybe if I were him, I would just polymorph something. Maybe like the 3/3. It's not very strong, though. Yeah, there we go. Do I have to, like... Okay, yeah, I see him. I was worried I was going to have to order them. I would have paused the video. This guy always looks like he has 1 leg. Or she. I don't think that does him any favors. What is this? Not extraordinary, and does nothing. So he's just going to put a land into play. Yep. What is happening? Are we clashing? Sure, I'll draw that forest. What's happening? Okay. I don't know what was happening there. I was worried that, like, somehow that card was bugged. And it wouldn't let me lose the clash, or win the clash, or whatever. Tie the clash. I don't think this creature could ever really exist, though. I don't know, maybe on the Plane of Wrath. Not sure what their physical laws are like over there. I actually feel like it's dangerous taking 7 in this format. So I'm going to go ahead and block with an elf. I'm going to make some more spells. Do I have a particular reason for making more spells? I don't think I can compete with his Goliath with 6-drop creatures. And you and target player, this is kind of cool. Exchange control the creature you each control the highest converted mana cost, then exchange control of artifacts between more permanents or types. Okay, so it'll be me taking his Goliath Spider and him taking Mirazel. That's not extraordinary here. It's funny though. And so we'll go ahead and do this. Boop. That's okay with me. I knew we'd find a way out of that. Gotta have faith in your deck, man. Or in this case, in the power of Jehoira. So around this point, I figure some people are like, I've had enough of this. I'm going to start just skipping ahead and see what happens real quick. That would probably be smart. I'm going to go ahead and pause until he decides what to do. Alright, things are happening. How many is that? I have a feeling it's going to be like a Kozilek or something. This is 11? Could be Darksteel Colossus. That would be pretty horrible. Alright, Hypnox. That's pretty cool. Look at this nightmare. You know it's a nightmare because it looks like something you'd see in Lovecraft. That's basically how they operate. And I am, again, in the position where I have to dig my way out using Jehoira. So Slaughter Games is pretty bad, even though that guy has a little cat mask on. Siphon Mind won't do anything. And this gives me an extra turn. So we'll go ahead and take that. Let's try again. Let's roll the dice another time. Okay, again, discard, find a land, gain control of something, and attack them with it. That's kind of cool. And then it dies, so I'm going to be doing that. Yeah, let's cast it for this. Pretty strong. Screw it. We're going all in. Slave of Bolas is a pretty cool card. And you bet we are going to do this. Because I have nothing better to do with that mana except hold back in case of Rhystic something. Cool. Alright, that was exciting. So he can make another 11 drop. Probably a Hypnox again. Could be something else. Oh, he's going to try and go for the card route. That doesn't do anything. That, I don't think it does anything. He whiffed. And I think now he loses. I would have just made a creature there. Because he just needs to block this. And an 11 drop is pretty consistently going to be good. It's going to be like Kozilek that betrays, Darksteel Colossus or Hypnox, I think. Might be some other things. Okay. Well, I will see you then next round. Last round.